Sup shooters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to Immaculate Reviews, where today we're checking out a single from an artist named Michael John titled I've Got to Get My Freedom Back. And I'm just going to put this on full screen on my old computer Adora, switching over to here, and we're going to watch the video for it and hear what we think.
I've gotta get my freedom back.
Oh damn. Right into it. Guitar solo? Whoa, I'm liking this so far. I'm liking the vibe of this so far. A bomb, 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 bomb. It sort of insinuates that things are grooving and moving along, and that there is sort of like an energy about it, like a kind of a what's the word? Come on, think about it. There's like an insistence about it, sort of to suggest, like, let's get going, let's do this, let's get this stuff done. That the music is accurately communicating what I can imagine by the title the song is about, and I'm digging it. We got rap, and we got some sick clean vocals. Nice. Very low-key kind of verse there. It's nice to have the music kind of match what's going on with the sort of the dynamics going on with the vocals. Like obviously in that introduction you had like the aggressive kind of rap. Not when I say aggressive, I mean more aggressive in comparison to this. This is a very gentle sort of clean section by the lyricist telling a story. But the rap was more like kind of meaning business. Let's get going. Let's tell the story. Let's get the heck into it. You know, it sort of shows a maturity in the songwriting to be able to get the music to match each part, and it's a definition in the staging of a track that I quite enjoy.
Chains on her skin, stars in her eyes, running from life into her next surprise.
We got a bridge here. Dope. Sounds like it's building up. And a hook. Hey, I dig it. I can understand this in a sense, because for a lot of people over in the States, they've been locked up in a while due to the whole COVID thing. People are probably getting a little bit antsy about the situation, and they feel like stuck at home. They can't really do much with their lives at the moment apart from wait it out. So I can understand why people are writing stuff about this, you know, from the imagery in this music and the emphatic sort of like the optimism, and it sounds like the musicians involved really want to communicate that things need to get going again, you know? I see, yeah.
Finding myself hanging with friends. Shake off the old, turn up the beat. I'm changing my pace. Start moving my
Oh, maybe this is a celebration of like where they are and they've managed to actually get out, and it's like, yay, the lockdown's over. We can get back to doing things outside again. Maybe that's what it's about.
Just take a break. I've gotta get my freedom back. Yeah, yeah. To get my life
I mean, inherently, I think that like the clean vocals and those guitar lines and the drums and the bass and the rhythm, they all make a lot of sense to me. And we've got a middle eight kind of thing going on here. And some vocal overdubs here. Cool. We've kind of been teasing a solo for a while now, so it's good to hear the guitarist playing around with that. So let's have a listen. I mean, let's have a talk about this one. This has been an interesting experience for me. I think the intention of this track is inherently good. You know, the theme is obviously, you know, now is the time where we need to go and explore the world and make the most of our lives. As this is presumably, I mean, like, you look at the imagery here, it's gorgeous. It makes it seem like walking outside your house is basically is blissful, and it is. I live in New Zealand, and being able to go to the park after our lockdown ended was phenomenal. This could not even be about the lockdown, by the way, or the COVID stuff. This could just be about making the most out of life. And as a professional music reviewer, I'm starting to sort of consider I should maybe veer towards that one. Let's just assume that it's about making the most out of life and getting the kind of, you know what I mean. Like, let's just assume it's about being able to enjoy the outdoors. It does sound like it's a very kind of United States kind of 80s, 90s kind of rockin' kind of vibe to it. It's very much a kind of, it's got that characteristic positivity and hope for the future and sort of sense of wonder. I really adore it. I love the thinking behind that with music. I love hearing songs that are like, you know, yeah, everything is gonna be okay. We're just gonna get out, you know, we're gonna make the most out of every day. I think that's an inherently fantastic sort of ideology and philosophy to communicate in your music. I wasn't totally kind of understanding what was going on with the rapping bits. I don't know what they necessarily added to it. I'm not sure if they were reinforcing the clean vocal lines. And don't get me wrong, like, I listen to a lot of hip hop and trap and stuff like that. I'm familiar with like rapping. I understand that. This was done. The rapping itself was fine in this track. I just wasn't sure why it was there. I'm not sure what it was adding to the performance. If we were to look at it from the perspective of it being a rhythm device and a change up for the kind of gentle vocals and the "I gotta get my freedom back," that kind of chorus kind of line, it's a nice change. As a reviewer and also just as a musician myself, I like to understand why I'm hearing something. And I just would have to probably have a listen back to this track a few times just to, because obviously when you review music, you're trying to also talk whilst listening, whilst analyzing. And so, you know what I mean? Like, there's a few things. So I need to probably have a listen to the song a few more times to really get an understanding of what's going on. And that's just the nature of first impression music reviews. The reason I don't do ones where I listen over and over again is simply because there is some stuff I get in that no matter how hard I try, it would just be, like, I'm talking really out there kind of stuff. It would just be too much for me to really get my head around, and even then I might screw it up and it would have been a waste of time. I think that the performances with it throughout the single were incredibly competent. That's the only thing. I just didn't understand why those rapping vocals were there. It kind of reminded me of it kind of reminded me of Rage Against the Machine, the way that he used to rap back in the 90s, except it was a lot friendlier and less kind of angry. It was kind of like a mixture of Rage Against the Machine and like family friendly Limp Bizkit, you know. But I can understand why, again, as simply a device that's used to shake up the song and add a bit of diversity to it, that it's effective. And I think that it's cool that it's been included just because it is something different. I think the drums, the bass, the guitar parts are pretty cool. The lead, this was interesting. I'm surprised that there wasn't a really massive guitar solo. I'm surprised that wasn't utilized more. I think that in a song like this, you could get away with like a really cool, like stereo wide and kind of, but I guess that's like a personal interpretation kind of thing, you know. Again, it's not that it was bad because it didn't have it. I was just surprised that there wasn't, considering how much the guitar was teased throughout the track on the left side of the stereo field. It's sort of like, it's a different experience for me, and I think that's actually good that we're not kind of having a self-indulgent guitar solo. If that's the style that Michael John is going for, that's totally fine. I think that that's really about it. It was a very well crafted music video, and the music itself was incredibly professionally produced and performed. There was nothing intrinsically incorrect to me about the way it was done. There were some interesting choices, but that's of course personal to the artist, and I respect that, and I think it's cool that people are trying different things. I'm sure that if I had listened back to those kind of rapping vocals, that I'd understand the concept behind them and why. Because I know there was a lot of that stuff in the 90s with like, kind of like, there was like that kind of, the early 90s with like Run DMC, for instance, and Aerosmith and stuff like that. There was a bit of that kind of stuff going on. So maybe that's just kind of harking back to that kind of vibe. But thank you for watching this review of Michael John's I've Got to Get My Freedom Back. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I really hope that I haven't sort of caused any offense or anything in this review. I typically try to be objective and constructive with any criticism I have, and I don't actually think I've criticized anything in this song, but occasionally I still do upset people anyways, so I apologize. I have not meant it to be upsetting at all. I honestly wish Michael John, and if Michael John has recorded all the instruments in this and written all the music and produced it and recorded it himself, which I thoroughly believe is a possibility, then I'm incredibly blown away by that, and the dude deserves all the kudos in the galaxy. But, you know, either way, even if he's alone or with a team, either way, phenomenal effort on the single. I wish you the best of luck in future, and hopefully things hopefully you're able to get your freedom back really soon. But thank you. Please do check out Michael John on his website. Hang on, just a sec. Yeah, here he's got like his own website, Michael John. You can see he's got like MTV Artist of the Month, and you got the album cover. And I can understand why musicians want their freedom back. Oh, hang on. No, I don't want to cast it to my bedroom TV. What are you talking about? Go at full screen. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. I think I've broken it. But yeah, stay cool, stay safe. Please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time. You need to help more than ever. For the crazy stuff going on, I'll catch you next review. Spider hands out.